Sometimes the hardest part of the immigration journey isn't the paperwork, the interviews, or the long flights. It's the waiting. The days when you wake up hoping for news. The nights when you try to stay strong for your family, even though you feel like the process is moving too slowly. Wherever you are watching from, whether you are already in the United States or waiting abroad, this message is for you. Today, we're talking about real movement in family-based immigration, and for many families, these changes bring something priceless: hope. Welcome to Legal Focus USA. Let's talk through what is happening step by step so you can understand the shifts inside the U.S. immigration system and what they may mean for your own case. As we move deeper into late 2025, something meaningful has been happening behind the scenes at U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. For a long time, the I-130 petition process has been known for slow, unpredictable timelines. People described it as waiting in the dark, refreshing their case tracker over and over with no sign of progress. But in the last several weeks, new information from multiple service centers shows that the heavy pressure on the system is beginning to ease. For the first time in years, many I-130 petitions for immediate relatives are being completed faster. Immediate relatives include a U.S. citizen spouse, their parents, and their unmarried children under 21. These are the categories that usually get priority because the law does not limit how many visas can be approved each year for these close family relationships. According to updated internal timelines, many of these cases are now finishing in about 13 to 15 months. Just 1 year ago, the wait was closer to 18 months. A 5-month improvement may not sound dramatic, but for families who have been separated across countries and continents, that difference can change everything. Why is this happening now? Immigration attorneys and advocates explain that USCIS has been shifting officers from less busy departments to help reduce the family-based backlog. Think of it like a busy office where more workers are temporarily added to the most crowded part of the building. This approach began earlier in the year, but the impact is becoming more visible now. 2 centers that previously struggled with delays, especially the ones in Nebraska and Texas, have recently reported faster movement. Not every service center is improving at the same speed, but overall, this is one of the most encouraging periods for family-based immigration since before the pandemic. If you submitted an I-130 earlier this year, you may already be noticing small but important signs of progress. Many applicants are receiving their receipt notices and updates in their online accounts faster than before. Instead of waiting a month just to see a simple confirmation, people are now seeing these notices appear in about 2 weeks. This may seem like a small change, but anyone who has waited for that first official update understands how emotional it can be. That first notification is more than a piece of paper. It is proof that your case exists in the system and is moving forward. However, the I-130 approval is only step 1 of a much bigger journey. Once USCIS approves a petition, the case moves to the National Visa Center if the family member is outside the United States. The NVC handles document collection, communication with applicants, and the scheduling of visa interviews at U.S. consulates around the world. This part of the process still faces challenges. In many regions, the wait at the NVC from the moment you pay your fees to the moment an interview is scheduled can still range from 3 to 6 months. Some consulates, like those in Manila, Ciudad Juarez, and Mumbai, continue to handle very large volumes of applicants. But there is good news here as well. Several consulates have expanded their interview capacity to prepare for the new fiscal year, and more interview slots are becoming available. This means some families could receive their interview letters earlier than expected, possibly before the end of January. This development is especially helpful for families in the F2A category, which includes spouses and unmarried children of lawful permanent residents. This group faced slow movement for most of 2024 and early 2025, but recently the visa bulletin has started advancing again. The progress is modest, 1 to 2 months at a time, but after such a long period of stagnation, even small steps forward are meaningful. Within the federal system, these improvements are being closely monitored. Under the current administration, USCIS has been directed to increase efficiency without lowering the standards of review. In simple terms, officers are being encouraged to approve clear, well-documented cases faster, but also to take a closer look at cases that seem incomplete or inconsistent. For applicants, this means something very important. Accuracy matters more than ever. A mistake in a birth certificate, a missing page in a financial affidavit, or unclear proof of a relationship can lead to a request for evidence, known as an RFE. While RFEs are common, they can add months to your process. Preparing your documents carefully and double-checking your information can help you avoid unnecessary delays. Another important change is improved cooperation between USCIS and the Department of State. These two agencies must coordinate their work to make sure visa numbers are used efficiently. When there is poor communication, the visa bulletin can freeze or even move backward, a problem known as retrogression. But recently, the agencies have been working together more closely. If this continues, we may see a more stable and predictable visa bulletin throughout early 2026. Now let's look ahead. If you filed your I-130 between late 2024 and mid-2025, there is a realistic chance that you will begin seeing movement or updates in the first quarter of 2026. Immediate relative categories appear to be moving the fastest right now, but some family preference categories, such as F3 for married children of U.S. citizens and F4 for siblings, continue to have very long waits, sometimes more than 10 years, depending on the country. Many organizations have pushed for legislative reform to reduce these extreme backlogs, but Congress has not yet passed any major changes. Still, the progress we are seeing this month brings a renewed sense of optimism. Each approval is not just a number, it represents a family's story, a husband reuniting with his wife after years of separation, a mother finally bringing her child to safety, a grandparent meeting their grandchildren for the first time. These moments are reminders of why the immigration system exists in the first place. So what can you do if you are still waiting? Staying informed is one of the best ways to protect your case. Regularly check your USCIS online account for updates. Review the visa bulletin each month so you understand whether your category is moving forward or staying the same. Make sure your phone number, email address, and mailing address are current so you don't miss important notices. And gather your supporting documents early, so if the NVC or USCIS requests anything, you can respond quickly. As we approach the new year, there are indications that USCIS may announce more efficiency measures. These could include expanded online filing options and better digital communication between service centers and the NVC. If implemented, these changes may reduce paperwork delays and make the entire process easier to track. The truth is, the immigration system still has challenges, but we are finally seeing real, measurable progress. Families who have been waiting in uncertainty are beginning to see signs of movement, and the numbers show that hope is not just emotional, it is supported by genuine improvement. Thank you for spending this time with Legal Focus USA. If you want to stay informed with clear, reliable, and calm immigration updates, please subscribe to our channel. Your support allows us to continue bringing you trustworthy information to help guide you through every step of your journey.